Part 2, tape 1, take 2.
What up? Welcome back to CTA, season 2 of the DNA series. Excited, super excited if you're joining us. I want to say a big thank you to each and every single one of you. Yani, first and foremost, thank you for watching the whole of the first part, man. You guys have been back to back, kama kappa with us, just following with every single release. You are there asking for the next episode and begging that it will be longer than 20 minutes. I promise this episode will be. Thank you so much for each and every single one of you. I said I'm always going to start like this. So thank you so much for watching. Second group of people I want to thank is those of you who've gone in and taken your hard-earned money and decided to support CTA. As you can see, we're trying to give you as many episodes and as many different culture shaping icons to sit here and to have conversations. So each and every single one of you who has donated, we don't take it for granted. Each of you who've sent your MPESA, each of you who've sent your Sendwave, those of you who've gone to Mook and given through your card, those of you who've given via PayPal. In fact, it's because of PayPal that we've had the food that we're having today. So a big thank you to each and every single one of you. If it's 5 shillings that you've given, we're as grateful as those who are giving 20,000, 100,000, whatever amount they may be given. A big thank you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. Second group of people, or is it third? Anyway, whatever number. Those of you who are playing it correct. Yani, you've come through like the flu, God bless you. I'm talking about those of you who've been buying merchandise. Merchandise is currently on different planes to different parts of this country. World. Who would have thought that something that you started a few days ago would have such impact? So a big thank you to each and every single one of you from the States who's buying merchandise, from the UK, Bahrain, South Africa, Dubs, Australia bado, but najua mko kwa jam ina kam, but a big thank you. And by the different merchandise, I'm talking about those of you who are buying the hoodies like you can see on the screen. We've got them in black and white. We've got Snooties, limited version with the blue, but don't worry, as soon as we're done with the blue, we're going to switch to a different color, but those are limited versions, black and white as well, Snooties. We've got the bottles, CTA bottles. Mine was jacked. I needed to order myself another one because somebody really liked it, and a big thank you to those of you. You can also get the bottles. Last but definitely not least, we've got the CTA mugs. Merchandise, and we're going to diversify this product. Next shoot, we're going to be having coffee, CTA coffee. And this happened to tumefika. But a big thank you to each and every one of you. Last but definitely not least, the last thing I'd like to say is we are down to 68%. 68% of you who are watching this video without subscribing. First of all, I have to say thank you because we started this thing at 88%. So to be down to 68%, it means people have started subscribing. And what we promise to do is there are over 1,500 videos on this channel. You're going to get more. We're not going to stop giving you this content. Before the end of this year, we would have hit over 2,000. So you can imagine how much content we're planning on giving you within the next couple of days. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to subscribe and then get into the story with none other than my main man, DNA. So you've got 5 seconds, and if you've subscribed, we'll hit that like button, take this video, go and share it into different WhatsApp groups. It helps the algorithm. 4 seconds, hit that subscribe. 3, 2, 1. A big thank you for you who've watched it this far without skipping. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to season 2 of The Playhouse. With us, we've got none other than the Bazenga, the Bazoo, the greatest rapper of all times ever in Kenya. None other than Wamai and Aizo help me out here. None other than DNA.
The realest.
The realest.
Welcome.
Welcome.
You are now rocking with the realest.
We are rocking with the realest.
Unajua nini bro kusema ukweli?
Yeah.
Umesema ukweli.
Why?
What you just said. I mean, it's true.
The greatest rapper.
Bro.
Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Bro, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, bro. Go
That's
argue
amazing.
with your mammy, man. So, thank you so much, bro. Part 1 has been epic. I knew that this interview would go well, but it's taking a life of its own. Thank you so much, bro. Mina shukuru. People are hitting me from everywhere. From school, from the neighborhood, from everywhere. So the feedback is amazing. Tuendelee na kazi, bro.
Tuendelee na kazi.
Tuendelee na kazi.
Okay, do you want to get into this, straight into we continue with this, or do you want to do a recap of what's been up?
We can do a bit of a recap.
Okay.
I want to give a big shout to Tony, the DJ from the 111. Tony was one of the DJs that was instrumental in pushing the song.
By the song you mean Banjuka too.
And I've seen guys doing lists of, hey bro, that was not the biggest song. There was, you know, these songs by Freshly Mwamburi, Akina Jambo Bwana.
Yeah.
Those are all huge songs. I guess I was lucky because the internet ilikuwa imeanza kuingia. So modern songs can reach farther than some of those old classics.
Yep.
But yeah, we had a good time, bro. I remembered also we did a bunch of other songs that really went far. Songs like Una.
Una. Is this when they started doing this?
Yes.
Una.
Ruka, Una, Kanyaga. Bro, it was vibes. It was vibes. And meeting all these famous people was so exciting, to be honest. It was such a new, interesting world. When we finished part 1, we kind of went straight to Sasa Nimerudi Mtaani. But that journey was a big journey. It was a big journey from leaving home, moving to my first house in Westlands, causing chaos. Causing chaos, maze. Kile. Sasa hii house to house unajua tu juu ya kusumbua majirani na lifestyle. But I was learning along the way. I didn't have... Maybe the decisions I would have made different. No regrets, but maybe there's things I would have done different if I had somebody who could get in my ear na nimsikize. In Tanzania, you find a lot of their music has the mentorship. In Kenya, it's just toa bangers kama tumeenda. So that cultural element is missing. So maybe there's a lot of things I did as a pioneer. But we did a lot of good work with the little that we had. We built something meaningful. Tukazunguka Kenya. In that same period, bado nilienda nikapiga mashow, other countries, Rwanda, Uganda.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I did an amazing show with Nameless and Kidum in Kigali. It was crazy. And when the Queen went to Uganda, they called me as well.
The Queen?
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
This is 07, 08, yes.
Damn.
Yes. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy, bro. So we did a lot of shows. Kuna mashow pia nilichoma kusema ukweli. Even as I sit here mentioning people's names, there's shows which I didn't do well because of maybe you're too boozed or umeharibu na vitu kama hizo.
In fact, one of the things that you're telling me off camera is that there's a lot of the studio things that your pals were reminding you that you don't really remember because you're boozed.
Yeah. It was a haze. Wajua ni kuenda, bro. We imagine where we are from. And now it's a whole other league of conversations, talking to companies, talking to, club owners, or, traveling, things you've never done. You're the first to do it, and you don't have somebody who is holding your hand, twende.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. I, myself, am not... Socializing is something that is not second nature to me. I take time, nikimitu mse. Now you're meeting tens, hundreds, thousands of people. So I think a lot of that... The social tension, maybe I tried to ease it with alcohol. And then now it became alcohol abuse. Yeah, and some people just aren't built for the drink. Yeah, some people just aren't built for the drink. And I guess that's what came to manifest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very well explained.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue this story. So where we left this thing off, umerudi home.
Nimerudi kwa nyumba ya mzazi.
How are your parents taking you coming back home?
They're relieved to a degree, but bado si ati lifestyle imestop. I'm still on the wagon. I'm still doing those things. Bado tu nataka kuchafua. I'm having fun, but it had become chaotic.
And to a level, kuchapa, meaning money dwindling,
of course,
had also the reason why you went back home.
Of course,
it's not that you went back home balling with millions in the account.
No, of course, umebonda do sana. It's the life, but because you can see the end coming. Or you can see the downhill. Sasa unasema, I need to catch myself before everything gets messed up. And whatever it is that, causes you to open your eyes, ni sawa, whatever it is.
Exactly, it's true that.
As long as it works. So I moved back home. Kuna hizo delusionment bado. You still want to live the adult life ya mtu mzima, but sasa essentially uko kwa Kaggia msee. Kuna mwenyewe huku si kwako. Now you can't be running around in your parents' compound acting a fool, maze. Si ati niko kwa nyumba now, but I'm still in their presence.
And
So
you took the SQ.
yes,
Okay.
nikachukua SQ. There's an SQ we have called Sobibo. There's an old movie called Escape from Sobibo. Yeah. So I nicknamed it Sobibo. Ende ilikuwa sport ya my boys. I lived there. My bro lived there. Yeah, just so that you're not also bumping heads and you have your own little space. So I moved back there. I'm back in the neighborhood. It's nice in a way because you're seeing friends you haven't seen for a long time. But at the same time, it's not what you had planned for. So iko na challenges zake. But kujireinvent, nimerealize hiyo kitu watu wengi huogopa. Kujirepackage, taking time to see clearly before you make the next move. That thing, many people avoid it. And you continue down the same path.
Because it's a prison, man. It's a prison before the palace. And you were in Potiphar's house. Things were good. For you to make it to the palace, you've got to make a painful switch.
You have to make a move.
And it's down.
Yeah.
Before going higher.
Destroy and rebuild. Kama ile example ya...
destroy and rebuild. I like it.
Destroy and rebuild, yeah. Sometimes it's very necessary. Destroy and rebuild. So that you can build something better. In the Bible, there's this analogy of God is a potter and we are the clay. Alafu anaishape, alafu anaona make sense. And destroy. Let's do it again. I like that analogy because it's the truth. You can be going in the wrong direction, you can be doing the wrong thing. Bado destiny yako iko mbele yako, but umeanza kupotea. So, destroy, rebuild.
And let me ask these questions because I felt the passion of you talking about this in the times that we've been having this conversation. You're a father at this time.
I'm a father at this time. Jay amezaliwa.
But there's complications with Jay's mom.
No, it's complications with me.
Oh.
Jay's mom hana kesi. Mi ndio niko na kesi. Because nimekuwa mzazi haraka kuliko vile nilikuwa nafikiria. So nimereact. Ile, mazeni aje. But when I moved back home, and then this lifestyle of booze nikaendelea nayo kiasi, but it came to a head where I realized haiwezi. Also my dad made it clear, bro. Kuna vitu haziwezi happen hapa hivi. And so when you go back to a place where you had roots. After nitoke home, sasa unajua tumego crazy, ni rockstar life. But you come back and you start remembering yourself in a way. And then you start saying, hey, by the way, maze kusema ukweli, I'm from so far. Let me not mess everything up.
At this time, are you feeling like, in the beginning, you had the dreams to be a millionaire. So you had something you're chasing.
Yes, and I ticked that box.
Yeah, and you ticked that box.
Yes.
But now you're failing. In
but
the
now,
outside world, you become a failure.
In that perspective, you become a failure. But I still have the wherewithal to know I'm the one who decided to do this. So, kuifanya tena ain't no thing. And when you read enough books, or when you're a student like me, I'm a student of the game with the music, but also with life. Kusema ukweli. My father is a reader. And that one, I would say, just fell onto me because I'm a reader as well. And
umetaja as somebody who unfortunately has tried to beat himself to try and learn to read, but then I think the foundation in which I was being taught to read sort of dented me. I'm a consumer of information.
That's what is important.
I consume it like crazy.
Kuna wase ni hapa, kuna wase. It's different ways of learning. Like we were saying, Africans, most of how we learned was passing stories down. But for me, that format works. Yeah,
but bro, you've been dropping nuggets. Like you've mentioned like 30 books here.
Good books.
Yes.
Yeah, books have changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a book that helped me to see my destiny when I was quitting school anyway. The Napoleon Hill book. So you're not embarrassed coming. I mean, you have hope that you can do this again. That's of course. Kuna kale casting
ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Yes, kuna kale your pride is scratched kidogo. Just like when I repeated Form 4, now you're with Form 3s. And it's guys who maybe you are giving a hard time or pushing them around, sasa uko now, or they were your juniors, now they're your equals. You just have to calibrate quickly. So all the reading had showed me that mwanaume lazima teremke ndio apande vizuri. That's just how the game is. Yeah. So if you can hold on to that, if you have a sense of purpose, unaweza vumilia hizo stories za bro na niaje uko mtaa tena niaje. Because that move malizas a lot of guys.
Yes.
When things go, your money gets low, unaingia mtaa, alafu unasema it's over. I don't believe that.
And I realized it's not you beating yourself that finishes you. It's your perception of what others think about you.
Because you're walking around saying sasa wananicheki, hawaoni vile, yani siko vile nilikuwa, but...
Na wase ukweli wanaongea.
Of course.
Well, let's be real.
Bro, you're the vibe in the... Come on, man.
Mzee ndio alikuwa anajisikia. Si nilikwambia huyu wasanii.
Hawa sadisi unaona sasa msanii na ako mtaa tena, but now this is where this self-esteem, there's a verse where Kanye West said, I use the arrogance as self-esteem to power my dreams. There's times when you have to protect your dream by not allowing the negative energies to come to you. In my hood, I've seen many guys who've gone up and down. Some were like athletes, msana shinda marathon kubwa, they blow a bag. But these stories are everywhere of guys who blow a bag. There's a million stories. If you allow that to be the narrative, uta go down mentally. But pia mtani meingia nitoke. I'm a firm believer that mwanaume kutoka mtaa ina make difference kubwa sana. Hata ukienda urent kanyumba mazi sijui wapi. To be away from this safety net of the place you're from, it makes a big difference. Tuseme Kenya kitambo, there was this thing called NYS where it was kind of mandatory. And in a bunch of other countries also, young people have to provide service to their country as they are transitioning, going to do other things. There's something about mwanaume kutoka mtaani, bro, that fixes your head. Unaacha kukua mtoto wa mami. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah, because I've seen so many guys get stuck in the place they came from. So you don't ever see other things. So mi nimerudi mtaa. Of course, kuna hiyo rough and tumble ya, oh my God, I'm here. I don't have the freedoms I had. Nimeacha my homies huko. But hata huku bado huku natesa. Niko mtaa, bado nafanya 1-2. And then it gets to this point where I'm like, it's a conviction that fell on me, I think. I said, man, I have to change my life. I have to change my life. Also, God started sending me signs. Bro, this will not end well. Because even prior to that, I'd been in so many things, bro. Car crashes. Man, I was with a friend yesterday who I was in a car crash with. Man, so many close calls, bro. Too many close calls. Mna drive, mumelala. Na mko kwa barabara, bro.
Bro, have you ever heard my song called Angel? Kutoka club straight to the car and you were drunk, vibaya.
Yeah.
It's about that. Falling asleep.
Man.
And you come out and you realize you had angels surrounding you. That's why you didn't die. But people have died.
Bro, I slept once on Chiromo hapo, bro. And I was whipping it, 160, 170. Someone screamed. That's when I woke up. No. Like, yeah, so...
Did you crash?
Yeah, of course. We mentioned in part 1 time when I limered a roundabout. It wasn't a joke. It was serious. And then there was more than that one.
Yes.
And then there's these hospital visits, alcohol poisoning. Kuna vitu mingi sasa imeanza kuwa, hey boss, this is too much. And then getting off the liquor is so hard, bro. Getting off the liquor is like an exorcism. People who've drank properly can tell you. If you drink nicely, kwanza ukishaanza kufika hizi miaka madhate kuendelea, you drink nicely for like 3, 4, 5 days. But when you're getting off the booze, you feel like things are crawling on your skin. You start hallucinating, you see funny things, bro. Alcohol withdrawals are no joke. They're the hardest to get off. Liquor is the hardest thing to get off of by yourself. It can take your life.
Did you go to rehab?
Of course. After. But hatujafika rehab, bro.
Oh,
relax. Relax.
Take a chill, bro.
Bado hatujafika rehab. Bado hapa ni kupambana nayo.
What do you mean after? So kuna hey, okay.
Bado. Rehab tutaenda bado. What I did though, at this point now when I said, I need to change my life. What do I do? The thing I knew was God. Wacha niokoke. Hey, maze nikaambia God, Joe, we nitoe kwa hii pombe because this invisible prison called booze is too strong.
It's too strong.
It's too strong. Bro, unafanya blunder, unasema, I'll never drink again. Aki, you blow money, you do stupid things, and then you tell yourself, I'll never drink again. And then you don't even last a day or a week.
You beat yourself.
You find yourself drinking. That's when now, and that beats your self-esteem and your self-image. You start feeling useless. that I can't control myself. But at the time, I didn't know what was wrong. So I got saved. My parents, of course, were very happy about this. Nikaanza hii safari ya sasa, mi nimeokoka, and I love the music, so situpige tu gospel. As I'm figuring out this part, I decided to first cut ties with the old world. With the old world. So now I said, first I need to cancel everything. Yenye imeshikana na hiyo. I had shows booked up for Australia. I was going to do Melbourne, Sydney, Perth. I killed that show. I killed that tour.
And you'd have made some good money.
Of course. Of course. But I knew. Nikienda tu mahali kuna binadamu is on. Na ukishashika ya kwanza.
It's over.
It's over, bro. Inaitishanga. There's a friend of mine called Ibrahim Sama, inaitishanga. That's how it feels. Like when you kick it off, you have to keep going.
And let me ask you, when you do these gigs, actually, so when I would do gigs, I was managerless. I was my manager. So did you have a manager that you'd go for the gigs with?
Sometimes I would go with Mutas. Shout to Mutas. Sometimes I would go on my own. It made no difference. I'm head honcho, bro.
Yes, I get what you mean.
Nani ataniambia kitu. Guys will say, Edi unakunya sana, but it's just words.
In fact, you're here because of me.
Me, I'm the guy, bana. Me, hizi lap zote ni juu yangu. Tukienda mahali, ladies are pulling up because of me. Liquor is flowing because of me. So, there are guys who don't also want to disrupt that.
Yeah.
Itaribu flow, maze. These houses jumping. These places where it's at. So, and this world also, I realized I was not selfish enough in the beginning. I was not healthily selfish. Unafaa kuwa selfish to a degree. Because guys are getting what they came for from you. What are you getting? Yeah, so I didn't have that part of the equation. I was just happy to have people around me and doing all these things. But
they were feeling that sadness for you.
They're feeling, and unasikia poa, unaona watu hapa, bro, it's midday, other guys are in offices working hard, nyi mko hapa maze, kuna madame, kuna booze, mna have a good time. Hey, it was crazy, bro. A bunch of my friends lost their jobs hanging out with me. Ukiingia tu kwangu, bro, utasikia tu shika. Now they say, I've just popped out for lunch, let me go and see the homie. Hey, go and see the homie.
That guy just reminded me of another lyric I had. But every time I want to quit, anyway, I hear the sip, then I got the sound effect of psst.
Yeah.
That sound.
Bro,
if
how
you
many?
Know, you know.
How many times have we tried? After that show I did with Nameless and Kidum in Kigali, and when I did that show, I was messed up. Like I had just said, I'm going to stop drinking. I needed to stop drinking to be able to do the show, because in ile pombe ya ukikunywa, you're out of control. You're not sharp. You can't deliver. You can't. You're sloppy. I would say you're sloppy. So when I did that show in Kigali, bro, I was going through withdrawals. It was rough. And I didn't take any medication. I didn't see a doctor. My doctor had always told me, Dennis, when you want to stop drinking, come and see me. I didn't understand why. I thought, like, I come and see you for what? Then I tried to quit on my own. Ukiona sana amka 5 a.m. kutafuta pombe, bro, see jokes. It's real. So I did the show in Kigali. I didn't do a good show. It was a very, very big show called East African Party. I just knew it within myself. My body is not healthy. I can't, hauna appetite. Joja kunywa pombe, so your tummy is locked up. There's so much that comes with heavy drinking that you can't see when you're beginning. So I came back to Kenya. I was so proud of myself. Like, fine, I just did an average show according to what I believe. But at least I'm sober. I touched down from Kigali, naingia nyumba. That time I was living in Langata Ngei 1. One of my homies pulled up maze with a boti. I just saw him and I knew it's back on. And in Langata, Langata was so accessible. All my homies just pull up. So tunaishi mimi na Cobs, we have someone living in the SQ, but yeye ni mtoi wa mwenye nyumba. And hata yeye maze tulimkula pressure. Maze mabash 24/7 chaos. Yeah. So when all these things happen and I realized I have to change my life and I pursue God, and I actually felt something like, hey, I feel like there's a change. Belief is so powerful. And then I said, fine, now I'm walking the walk. Mi sasa nimekuwa Mkristo, wacha tuingie hii zone, tujue ni aje huku.
So did you leave Does that mean leaving the people who you are always hanging out with?
I had to. Big changes require sacrifice. It's so painful because I can't roll with my guys. Nikienda na sitakunywa pombe. That's guarantee. So lazima nianze fresh. But also when your money starts getting low,
yes,
you know how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So I learned that the hard way. Everybody has their life. When you're the life of the party, you think everything is about you. But when things start changing, uta realize, bro, hapa kila msee ako mambo yake. So I began this new journey in earnest. I canceled all the show opportunities I had. I started doing interviews with the mainstream newspaper. By this time, niko na marafiki wazuri sana. Shout to John Moshiri. Shout to Philip Mwaneki. These are guys who really helped me to put my messaging out there all through my career.
Nice.
When Pinye said no, these guys were saying yes. And shout to Steven Zimwendo also from The Pulse. The guy The Pulse who didn't like me was some other guy, but Stevens really went out of his way for me. So shout to Stevens Mwendo also. And
so what, you'd reach out to them and tell them?
Tell them, yeah, like I want to do an interview. I want to tell guys,
yeah,
I'm saved. I want to tell guys I'm doing gospel music. They'll take time. Yeah, my boys walikuwa ameniamini. Jomino likambila Godfather, which was also very, I think, impressive to some of them. Like this guy just worked his way into this position. But akona mashida zake, but we continue. And my dad had told me, when you put yourself out there, you remove the space for rumors to exist. So since you've had this career and you have big songs, but also you have this reputation of sometimes, you know, when kijana mbaya or whatever the case may be, just create the narrative before people create their own stories. So I went to the big media and I said, Maze, mi nimeokoka, I've stopped doing music, mi nimeokoka, sasa nafanya gospel. Nikaanza Maze with a bang. It was just another mountain to climb. I think I'm addicted to hard things. I think I'm addicted to hard things, to feeling like my back is on the wall. I need that. There's something wrong with me. I need that feeling of back to the wall for me to be able... I don't know. God ndio anajua basi. But now I felt I'm starting a new journey altogether. So the first thing I had to do was pick up some checks, of course. So